Today we're working on adding mixed numbers with remaining numbers. So what this means is you'll have two fractions that have whole numbers in front of them, but at the end your fraction will add up to more than one, so you'll have to add that on at the end, which is the renaming portion. So let's start with an example. Let's say I have 5 3/4, and I'm going to add on 5 6/8. Okay, let's go ahead and go through this step by step. So let's go with add the whole numbers first. Okay, so I have 5 plus 5, which is 10. I'm going to jot that down. You notice these are the same steps we've been working at, we just have one new twist every time. Then, if the denominators are different, you're going to find a common denominator. Okay, so I'm going to look at my denominators, and I have 4 and 8. If I count by 4s, I can get to 8 by multiplying by 2, so I'm going to do that. So this fraction will change to 6/8, and this stays 6/8. I'm just going to rewrite it so I remember what I'm doing. Okay, then I'm going to do steps 3 and 4 together because we've been doing them so often. So first you're going to add the numerator, which is the top number, and then you're going to bring the denominator over without changing it, or in this case down. So we have 6 and 6, which is 12, and we're going to bring my denominator of 8 down. Okay, then my new step this week, or today, is renaming any improper fractions. Okay, this means the top is larger than the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that over here. I have 12/8, which means 12 divided by 8. 8 goes into 12 one time, and when I subtract I get 4. You remember from last year how you rewrite this then is this becomes the numerator, and 8 is still the denominator. So this is equal to 1 4/8. And I know I can divide by 4 and reduce this, so this is 1 1/2. Now here comes the next part. I'm going to add any whole numbers to my beginning sum. So I had a whole number of 1 here, and I have a whole number of 10 here. So together I'm going to get 11 1/2. Okay, so the last step here is once you have your new answer and your original whole numbers, you need to add them together again. Alright, let's go ahead and try another example. Let's try 2 1/6, and I like writing them up and down, and 4 10/12, but you can write them side to side if you want to. Alright, we're still adding, so I'm going to add the whole numbers first. 2 plus 4, 6. Then I'm going to look for a common denominator since they're different. And I know that 12 is the common denominator because I can multiply 6 times 2 to get 12. Okay, so I'm going to bring this guy over so I remember what I'm working with. I get 2 and 10. I add my numerators together, which is 12, and I keep my denominator the same, which is 12. Okay, now I'm on step 5, rename any improper fractions. This is an improper fraction, and 12/12 is equal to 1 whole. 12 divided by 12 is 1, so this part is equal to 1. So now I'm on step 6, add any whole numbers to your beginning sum. 6 plus 1 is 7, so my final answer is 7. Alright, let's try one more together, and I'm going to leave some steps out and see if you can figure it out. Let's go ahead and do, let me change my color so we see what example we're on. 1 9/14, and 8 5/7. Okay, your first step would be to add your whole numbers together. So you go ahead and do that. Okay, my next step would be to find common denominators. If I think of multiples of 7, I have 7, 14, 21. 14 is going to be the denominator. So see what you come up with your denominator for here. Okay, go ahead and add your numerators and bring down your denominator. Okay, so far you should have come up with 9 and 19/14. So I'm on step 5 now, renaming my improper fraction. I'm going to go ahead and do that work right here. So I have 19 divided by 14. It goes in one time with 5 left over. So this comes up top for my numerator. This is still my denominator, just like it was up here. So now I have 1 and 5/14. If I look back at step 6, I just need to add any whole numbers to my beginning sum. So if I take a look, I started with 9. Now I have 1 and 5/14. So 9 plus 1 is 10 and 5/14. I should be thinking, can I simplify that? But 5 and 14 don't have any common factors. So that is my final answer. Okay, so this is just like adding mixed numbers, but you just have to go back at the end and remember how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number and add that sum on at the end.